What's up, y'all? So I'm back again. I'm chilling, y'all. So I just want to holler at y'all real quick about something. Okay, now this is a um, real talk video right here. All right, check this out. So I was just thinking, okay, so because I had did that video about, if y'all have seen the video I did earlier about, I think I'm a nudist, undercover nudist, and I want to go to a nudist camp. So that just made me think about, like spice in your marriage and your relationship or whatever have you. You got to keep the spice. You got to keep the fire lit, like the fire burnt, burning, so to speak, because everyday relationship and dating and day out stuff, um, you know, it's just everyday, same old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep the spark alive. You got to keep the spice alive, in your relationship. So I mean, and everything is not for everybody, okay? It's not no one size fit all type situation when it comes to marriages. You got to figure out what works for your marriage. And see, me, I'm a secure woman, okay? I'm secure with myself, okay? I'm not insecure or I'm not what's the word? Well, anyway, I'm secure with myself and who I am, okay? So I don't have no problem going to a strip club with my husband. I mean, Norma Jeans, if you're from Baltimore, because I'm from Baltimore, for those of you who don't know, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. And I ain't had no problem telling my husband, "I'm come on, boo, let me take you to Norma Jeans, okay?" Now, Norma Jeans is a female strip club. And, men love strip clubs. So, I mean, that's not for everybody. Some people might say, "Oh, well, and I watch, rated X, nasty, um, porno, whatever you call it. I watch those with my husband. I don't have no problem with it. I will go to the nasty video store and pick up a flick of two people, getting down or whatever, and watch it with my husband. I mean, I don't have no problem with that because the truth of the matter is, that men gonna watch stuff like that, okay? They either gonna watch it with you or they gonna sneak and watch it, okay? So my husband ain't never gotta do no sneaky being on a computer late at night watching, women naked or people fucking and all that kind of stuff. Or he ain't gotta sneak off to no strip club with his boys because he know I would have a problem with it. It's like we do that kind of stuff. Now that don't work for everybody. Everybody don't feel comfortable with that. Some people might say, "Well, you opening yourself up to some things if you got your man in a strip club looking at some woman naked ass." Like some women might say, "I'm enough. He could just look at me." Okay, yeah, he could just look at you, but I don't have a problem because I'm secure in myself. Okay, I'm the bomb. Okay, but he's a man. And men like stuff like that. It don't have nothing to do with, whether, you are enough or anything like that. It's just that, I just don't have no problem with it, okay? So some women might say I don't watch those kind of flicks with my husband. I don't like him watching that. Ain't no way I'm going to no strip club with my husband. You setting yourself up for something. Listen, I ain't setting myself up for a goddamn thing. Shit. If anything, you setting yourself up and headed down a road to a boring marriage, okay? I ain't throwing no shade or nothing like that. Ain't none of that kind of stuff. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that in order for you not to have a boring marriage, you got to take your man to a strip club and you got to watch nasty flicks. You got to go to nudist camp. I'm not saying that at all. Like I said, it's not one size fit all. So what might work for me may not work for you. And like I said, I'm not saying you have to do all these things in order not to have a boring marriage, but I'm just saying, I mean, what's going to end up doing is your man is going to might, I'm gonna just say might, okay? He might look at you as being boring. Same shit, different day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you got to spice it up. And I'm not saying you have to spice it up with the things that I spice mine's up with. There's a lot of things that you can spice your marriage up with, and you ain't never got to take them to a strip club or a nudist camp or sit down and watch nasty flicks with them. I'm not saying that at all. You can put on your little maid outfit with your garter belt or your, fishnet stockings and your heels and your thongs or whatever, do you? Okay, you can be his stripper. That's all good. But I don't have no problem being a stripper for my man and swinging off the chandeliers and all that shit. And I don't have no problem with him watching other artwork, other women art. I'll just call it art. So all I'm saying is that, everything don't work for everybody. But I just wanted to come on here and share that, I know some people, some women don't, hell no, I ain't taking my man to no goddamn strip club. He could look at my ass. I should have enough for him. He shouldn't need to. Okay, well, I'm just coming on here talking about what I did, okay? And I don't have no problem, okay, taking my man to Norma Jeans. Because, honey, chat, after we leave Norma Jeans, we going to come home and get it in. And you might say, well, you go watching little nasty flicks on TV or going to a strip club, and then, like, for instance, if you're watching a nasty flick, and then you turn it off, and you and your husband, y'all horny by this time, and you figure, well, he gonna be thinking about that girl he was watching on that nasty flick. Well, listen at this. Check this out. The truth of the matter is, you don't know who the hell he thinking about when he's screwing you anyway. Even if you don't watch a nasty flick, he could be screwing your ass and think about some other chick that he saw walking down the street that had a fat ass. I mean, the truth of the matter is, you don't know who the fuck he gonna be thinking about. So you not watching a nasty flick with him and having sex with him afterwards is not gonna ensure that he's not gonna be thinking about something else that he may have seen. He is not to say that when he sneak and watch them little flicks when you're not home, that he not gonna be thinking about that when you get home. So I can't. I don't worry about things that I have no control over okay? And I can't control what my man thinking about, okay? And you don't know exactly what he's thinking about every time y'all have sex, and he don't know exactly what you're thinking about. You might be thinking about, that eye candy that you saw on Facebook. Somebody posted some eye candy. You might be thinking about that, when you having sex with him. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't worry about things I don't have no control over. Okay, so whether you watch a nasty flick and then have sex with him later or have sex with him right after, it doesn't matter, because you can have sex with him and don't never watch no nasty flick, and he could be thinking about that fat ass he saw, while he was at work or while he was riding down the street. I mean, I don't know. Okay, but you got to know yourself. You gotta be secure with yourself and your fat ass. Okay, and whatever you got going on. So I just wanted to come on here and share that tea with y'all. That yeah, I love taking my man to strip clubs. I love watching nasty flicks with my man, my husband. And newfound venture, nudist camp. Here we come, showing out ass. Horny. But yeah, so the moral of this whole story is, you just do you. You do whatever is good for your marriage. And I'm not passing judgment on you, and don't pass judgment on me. Oh, she take her man to strip clubs. Yeah, she ain't gonna be satisfied until he cheat. Okay, well, if you keep being boring, you ain't gonna be satisfied until he cheats. And I'm not saying that being boring, um, that you're boring. I'm not saying that you're boring if you don't watch nasty flicks with your man. I'm just simply saying, spice it up however you want to spice it up, whether it be, the way that I say I do. And that's not, I don't just spice it up with just, um, nasty flicks and stuff like that, child. I got spice, child, all day long, okay? I own a spice company, y'all. Y'all ain't know. But anyway, y'all, so I just want to come on in and share that, okay? Throwing no shade. And we're going to agree to disagree. And, you do you. I'm just saying this is just the Eyes Married Now, how to stay married idea for this week, okay? I haven't done that in a while. So the point is, whatever spices up your marriage and your relationship, because you have to try new things, okay? Because men will get bored with the same old shit, okay? The same old positions. You always laying on your back. I mean, I'm just saying, men have fantasies, okay? And you have to get inside your man's head and find out what his fantasy is. I mean, don't just think because you lay on your back and give him pussy all the time that's it. I mean, he might want to flip you over. He might want to, put you on your head, make you stand on your head, or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Find out what your man's fantasy is and do that. Okay. Um, and just be secure in who you are. Because like I said, he will sneak and watch a flick, okay? You might not know about it, and he might not never tell you about it, but trust me, honey, he watching flicks, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, bye. Flick of the wrist. Is that how y'all do it? Flick of the wrist. No, that's the nay-nay. No. How you do the nay-nay? Is that the nay-nay, y'all? Flick of the wrist? I don't know, fam. Anyway, oh, y'all, look. I'm eating, if y'all didn't watch my video yesterday, my husband brought me home these things called Razzles. He brought me home a big bag of them. And, it's called Razzles. Now, I've never heard of these particular things when I was growing up. And it says, first it's candy, then it's gum. So when you put it in your mouth, you'll think it's like a tart or something. And then as you keep chewing it, it turns into gum. See? Well, they come in different colors. And they are really good, y'all. Well, that's not eating, y'all. So, yeah, child, spice it up, honey. But however you spices it up, or however you got to be creative in the bedroom because it will get boring. The day in and day out life with the same man will get boring, and if you don't keep the fire burning, child. And my famous line is, child, if you don't keep your man happy, child, there's some lonely woman out there, child, that's waiting to light your man on fire. Okay? All right. You heard my hand, girl. Girl, it's a lonely woman out there waiting to set your man on fire. Okay? All right now. So get the blaze going in your own bedroom. Okay? All right now. All right, y'all. Let me go. That is good.